Sarah Ferguson's charity closes for good following revelations about friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. Sarah Ferguson continues to face repercussions for her connection to late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, as her personal charity has now formally closed. Sarah's Trust, which was founded in 2020 to aid frontline workers during the COVID-19 pandemic, was recently removed from the UK government's registry of active charities because it has wound down all operations, per BBC News. A charity spokesperson previously confirmed in February that Sarah's Trust would halt activity for the foreseeable future, amid numerous disclosures about the former Duchess of York's long association with Epstein. At the time, more than 3 million documents from Epstein's personal files were being released by the U.S. Department of Justice, including alleged emails between Ferguson and Epstein.
An unlocked iPhone 14 for just $299? This renewed 128 gig model gives you a vivid OLED display, 5G, and the freedom to choose your carrier. Want to check today's Amazon deal? Scan the QR code now or visit grabdeal.us/6 before it's gone.
Ferguson has always denied any wrongdoing or having knowledge of Epstein's crimes until they were made public. US has reached out to Ferguson's spokesperson for comment on her charity's closure. Ferguson lost her title as the Duchess of York last October when her ex-husband, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, was stripped of his royal titles by King Charles III because of his own association with Epstein. Mountbatten-Windsor, 66, was subsequently arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office for allegedly sharing confidential information with Epstein when he served as a UK trade envoy. Epstein died by suicide at age 66 in August 2019 after being arrested on federal sex crimes charges. The disgraced financier previously pleaded guilty to separate charges of soliciting prostitution and procuring a person under 18 for prostitution in Florida in 2008. There has been a steady stream of damning allegations about Mountbatten-Windsor and Ferguson's connection to Epstein over the past 16 years. Scrutiny intensified last autumn with the publication of a leaked email between Ferguson and Epstein from 2011, where she allegedly referred to the sex offender as a supreme friend. Ferguson's lawyers insisted that the royal was trying to counter an aggressive threat Epstein had made to sue her for defamation over a 2011 interview where she publicly distanced herself from him. The Duchess spoke of her regret about her association with Epstein many years ago, and as they have always been, her first thoughts are with his victims. Like many people, she was taken in by his lies, her spokesperson told BBC News in September. As soon as she was aware of the extent of the allegations against him, she not only cut off contact, but condemned him publicly, to the extent that he then threatened to sue her for defamation for associating him with pedophilia. Their statement concluded, "She does not resile from anything she said then." This email was sent in the context of advice the Duchess was given to try to assuage Epstein and his threats. Still, multiple charities that Ferguson patronized, including the Teenage Cancer Trust, the British Heart Foundation, the Children's Literacy Charity, and Prevent Breast Cancer, publicly cut ties with her in the wake of the leaked email. We were disturbed to read of Sarah, Duchess of York's, correspondence with Jeffrey Epstein. The Natasha Allergy Research Foundation co-founders Nadim and Tanya Ednan-Lapraus said in a statement to CBS News in September. Sarah Ferguson has not been actively involved with the charity for some years. She was a patron, but in the light of the recent revelations, we have taken the decision that it would be inappropriate for her to continue to be associated with the charity. We would like to thank her for her kindness and support in the past. Ferguson remained silent when more alleged email correspondence between herself and Epstein was released by the U.S. Department of Justice, beginning in December 2025 and continuing in January 2026. Alleged email correspondence included in the Epstein files raised new doubts about Ferguson and Mountbatten-Windsor's longstanding claims that they cut ties with the financier in late 2010. Earlier this year, Ferguson and Mountbatten-Windsor both moved out of their former home at Royal Lodge due to a public outcry. Mountbatten-Windsor now lives at a private Sandringham estate in Norfolk, England, while Ferguson has reportedly been living temporarily in Switzerland. If you or someone you know is a human trafficking victim, contact the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-370-378-88. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted, contact the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-HOPE, 4673.